and girls, and welcome to the Crafty Corner. I'm Miss Lisa here at the Fayette County Public Library. I've been tearing paper today. If you'll look, I've got orange and yellow and white. I've got some little pieces of paper. Today we are going to do a torn paper project. It's going to be a torn paper candy corn cat. So what you need is some white, some yellow, some orange paper, some pink for the ears, some wiggly eyes, a marker, some scissors, some glue, and a candy corn template. And you can get this off of our website, but if you don't want to print it out yourself, because it does need to be on cardstock, so it's a heavier piece of paper, you can just come to the library and get our package. Everything you need is in here, as well as the website, so that you can go right to this video. All right, so let's get started. Once you have torn your paper, and it's pretty easy, construction paper tears very easy. You just need little tiny pieces, not super tiny, but not super big either. You want these little pieces of paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom of our candy corn. Okay, don't you know candy corns are just a yummy snack to eat during this time? We're going to start down here, and we're going to put the glue. Remember, we're going to scribble our glue, and we're going to color in the bottom of the candy corn, which is yellow. And so we're going to take our little scraps of paper, and we're just going to lay them all just sort of willy-nilly all over that area. If they overlap, that's fine too. You want to cover up most of that white space. Now, the reason that we do the bottom first is because that's where the whiskers are, and that's where his little nose and his eyes are going to go. So we want this part to be pretty dry before we add those other things. Okay, so we're just going to lay our torn paper down and cover up all that glue. Get some more. Just a little bit of paper. Once it's torn, you get lots of little pieces, and so it doesn't take a lot of paper to be able to cover up that area there. All right, so our yellow is about done. I pat it down so it stays down nice and good. All right, so there's our yellow. Next layer in a candy corn is the orange. So I'm having to squeeze my glue pretty hard here to get these layers over here. The layers of glue need to coat that whole area pretty well. And I'm going to take my orange and do what I just did with that yellow and just lay those little pieces everywhere in that section. Now, here at the library, we actually have some books, boys and girls, that have to do with candy corn. We have a poem book over here called Candy Corn. We have a murder mystery called The Candy Corn Murder. And then we also just have plenty of Halloween books that can give you ideas on jack-o'-lanterns and maybe some candy snacks that have to do with candy corn. It's a wonderful treat to have candy corn. Now, boys and girls, you don't have to make a cat. I want to encourage you to be creative. If you don't like kitty cats, you can turn this candy corn into a dog, or maybe you could turn it into some other thing. You could just make it a jack-o'-lantern by drawing big eyes right here in the orange section. So if you make something really cool and unique, I would encourage you to show it to me in the comments by this video. You can tell me what you did. All right, so we have our yellow and our orange, and next we need to go ahead and cover this with white. So I have my little white scraps here, and this is the smallest section, so it won't take too long at all to lay those pieces of paper down. Torn paper is fun, boys and girls. You can do all kinds of things with little scraps of paper, because then you can color on top of it or glue other things on top, and you have the really cool mosaic background that the torn paper looks like. Okay, and it gives it texture because it's sticking up in places. All right, so now that we have that done, we're going to cut it out. So we want that candy corn shape. So we're just going to go around that outside edge, and if some of those pieces are hanging down, just cut them off, because you definitely want that candy corn shape. All right, now to make a kitty cat, what we need to do is create some ears next. So the easiest way to get 2 ears that look exactly alike is to take your paper, and I'm using pink, and I'm just going to fold it over here like that. And so I have 2 layers of paper, and I'm just going to cut up on one side there and cut up on the other side. So I have a big triangle. I didn't quite make it all the way to the top, did I? All right. So I have this big triangle, and since they were laying right on top of each other, they are exactly alike. So we're going to slide those ears up underneath. So you only need a little bit of glue along the bottom. And then we're just going to lift our candy corn up and slide it right there between that orange and the white layers. There we go. Look at his cute little ears. Now you could even decorate it a little bit if you wanted to. My original one, I actually had a little bit of an outline. Next, you're going to want to put his eyes on. Now you can put his eyes close together or far apart. It's up to you where you want to put your eyes. So I'm putting them down here. Okay, you can put them up a little higher if you want, but I'm putting mine right on that layer, on that line between those 2 colors. All right, I'm going to let my little kitty cat have some pink little cheeks. So I'm folding my paper over, and I'm going to make 2 circles, just like we made with the ears. You lay the paper right on top of each other. You cut out a circle so that they're identical. And we're going to glue his little cheeks down, the little rosy cheeks. Okay, so we're going to glue those on top of that paper. And to get finished, all we have to do is take a black marker and come out from that rosy cheek. Now be careful, because if it's still wet, you don't want to put your marker through the glue. I'm going to make some little whiskers on that side. Some whiskers on this side. Okay. Alrighty. And of course we have to have his mouth. So we're going to make a little smile here. Okay, you can make his tongue stick out, or you can just make the little line. Now, to decorate the ears, for the final touch, you might want to have a little black outline up here. You could even put little tufts of hair sticking out. Okay, so you can be very creative to do however you want to. And that's all there is, boys and girls. Isn't this an adorable little candy corn, sorry, not candy cane, candy corn cat with torn paper. I hope you enjoy this craft. Come to the library and get a packet, or make one on your own at home and show it to us. Well, I'm Ms. Lisa. This has been the Crafty Corner, and we're at Fayette County Public Library. Join me again next Wednesday for another craft.